Hey everybody, this is my preview of the 2019 season of the Kansas State Wildcats. So here we go. For the depth chart, I'll be going over who K State lost and who will be the starter. So, who I think will be the starter. So here we go. For the quarterbacks, K State lost Alex Delton. He transferred out to TCU, I believe. So good luck to him. And for the starter, I think it will be Skylar Thompson. The running backs, K State lost Alex Barnes, Delvin Womack, and Justin Silman. Good luck to them. And the projected starters, I think, for K State running back will be Jordan Brown and James Gilbert. Both of those guys transferred in to K State. One of them is from North Carolina and one from Bowling Green, I believe. So both of them are transferred in, and all I and that and as far as I'm as I heard as of late I heard the coaches will be using a good portion of our running backs that we have on the roster as a running back by committee kind of thing this year. There'll be a whole host of running backs this year, but I think Jordan Brown and James Gilbert will be the two main starting running backs this year. I love the whole group of running backs though the coaches will use this year. So those are my two projected starters for this year. For the fullback, K State lost Adam Harder to injury. He got hurt, so he'll be out. I heard he'll be out for the season. So I hope he heals well, gets better soon. As for the starter, I got Mason Barta. Mason Barta, as the starting fullback. For the receivers, K State lost Isaiah Zuber and Hunter Risen. They both transferred out, so good luck to those guys. The starters. My projected starters will be Jabastin Taylor, Dalton Schoen, Malik Knowles, and Joaquin Gill. So those are my four main receivers this year to start, with Dalton Schoen the most experienced receiver in the group. The tight end, my projected starter is Blaze Gammon. For the offensive line, I got Adam Holtorf, at center. Tyler Mitchell and Josh Rivas at guard. Nick Coltmayer and Scott Franz at tackle. So the defensive line, I got Wyatt Hubert, Reggie Walker at the ends, Joe Davies at tackle, and Trey Deshawn at the nose guard position. For the linebackers, K State lost Justin Hughes to injury. I think he got hurt a week or two ago, and he'll be out for the season, roughly. I hope he gets well too. For the linebackers, I got Daquan Patton, Elijah Sullivan, and Jonathan Perham as the linebackers. Starting linebacker. For the defensive backs, I got K-State lost Kendall Adams, Duke Shelley, and Elijah Walker. So good luck to those guys in whatever they do. For the starters, I got Walter Neal, A.J. Parker at cornerback, and Wayne Jones and Denzel Gooseby at safety. So those are my projected starters for the defensive backs. For the kicker, I got Blake Lynch, and for the punter, Devin Enstill as punter. So those are my projected starters for the Wildcats this year. For the let's move on to the schedule. Our first game is against Nicholls State on the 31st of August, and I think we'll win. Nicholls State's a pretty good FCS school. I think as on the preseason FCS rankings, Nicholls State's like 11 or 12th in the preseason rankings at the FCS level, and they were one game away from the national championship at the FCS level, so they're pretty good. But I think we'll still beat Nicholls State. I think we'll beat them within 14 points or less, but I think we'll win. I don't think we'll blow them out or anything, but I think we'll get a comfortable win. Our next game is against Bowling Green on the 7th of September. Bowling Green's a decent team, but I think we'll beat them as well. Our next game is at Mississippi State on the 14th of September. Mississippi State kind of killed us last year. They kind of steamrolled us, I should say. But this year, I think we'll be a little bit closer. But I think Mississippi State will beat us in a close game. Our next game is at Oklahoma State on the 28th of September. Oklahoma State, I think is an improved team this year over last year. Last year, Oklahoma State was kind of hit or miss. Last year, they kind of lost games they shouldn't and won games they shouldn't. So they were like all over the place last year. But I think Oklahoma State is a better team this year, like I said. And K-State only beat Oklahoma State in Stillwater once this century, but I don't think we'll do it this year. So I think Oklahoma State will beat us this year in Stillwater. Our next, but I do think we got a chance of beating them, but it's a 50-50 game, but I think Oklahoma State will win. On the October 5th, we got Baylor at home in another 50-50 game, in my opinion. But I think we'll beat Baylor. Baylor's an improving team. I think they're better than they were a couple years ago. But I think we'll sneak past them and beat them as well. Yeah. So our next game is against TCU on the 19th of October. This is another 50-50 game in my opinion. I think TCU is a little bit better than us, but I think it's still a 50-50 game. But I think TCU will beat us. Our next game is on the 26th of October against Oklahoma, and I don't think we have a good chance of beating Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma will beat us, but I don't think it will be as bad as last year. But I think Oklahoma will have a comfortable win against us. So I think Oklahoma will win. Next, we're at Kansas on November 2nd. Kansas got a new coaching staff and a new head coach, and Les Miles. I think Kansas will be a little bit improved under this new coaching staff, but they're not that good yet. But I think we'll roll over Kansas again for the 11th straight season. The next game is on November 9th, and it's at Texas. Texas is in my opinion, the second best team in the conference behind Oklahoma. Uh, uh, they are good, really good, and they barely beat us last year. We could have beaten them, but we didn't. But this year, I think we'll sneak away with a victory over Texas. So I think we'll get a close win over Texas and an upset. Next, we got West Virginia on November 16th. We got West Virginia. West Virginia, I think will have a down year this year. I think they will be on the finish on the lower half of the conference this year in the standings. They got a whole new coaching staff, and I heard that a lot of the players left either by graduation or going to the NFL or transferring out. So I think West Virginia will have a down year this year. So I think we'll beat West Virginia to snap our losing streak to them. So a win over West Virginia. Next up, we're at Texas Tech on the 23rd of November. Texas Tech has a new coaching staff as well. And I think we'll get a win over Texas Tech as well, over a below average Texas Tech team. So I think we'll win over Texas Tech. And our final regular season game is on November 30th against Iowa State. Iowa State, in my opinion, it's like the third or fourth best team in the conference. But I think we'll sneak another upset this year over Iowa State and get a win. Iowa State is a good team. They came back against us last year and finally got a win over us in over a decade. So that's they earned that last year. We shouldn't, in my opinion, we shouldn't have lost that game, but we did though. Good job for Iowa State on beating us last year, but we shouldn't have lost that one though. In my opinion, we just threw that one away. But this year, we'll get revenge on them and get an upset this year over Iowa State. So overall, I think we'll go 8-4 this year, or the 6-3 conference record. I think that's my projection, and that's my best case projection. And for the worst case projection, I think for the worst case scenario, I think we'll go probably 5-7 this year. If we do really bad really bad this year, I think we'll go 5-7 as the worst case scenario. But overall, I think we'll improve this year with our new coaching staff, with our new head coach and Chris Klieman. And I also want to say thank you to Coach Snyder for all he done at K-State, and he deserves a really good retirement. So thank you, Coach Snyder, and good luck to our new coaching staff with Chris Klieman as our head coach. So good luck to our coaching staff, and good luck to our players, and hopefully a good season this year. And I'm projecting an 8-4 season with a 6-3 conference record. So that's it for me, guys. So go State and Ema.